Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's up? Thinking Game Podcast.
Episode 49.
Almost 50. All right. Almost 100.
Yeah, so man, we're going to start it off. This is right hot off the press. I think I seen this when I woke up this morning. Shady McCoy bashing EB, Eric Bieniemy on Fox Sports Show, saying he didn't think he was a head coach. He didn't think he would be a candidate for a head coach because of how he felt, I guess, when he was playing, how he thought he was, I guess, I don't know.
I mean, that's one person's opinion. But you got to think about this. Is that the way media is set up nowadays? You got to have somebody against, you know what I mean? Everybody can't agree.
Well, it can be definitely strategic, yeah.
Yeah, like that may not be his personal feelings, but you know what I mean? He's giving, everybody kind of agreeing with him. So he wants to be the odd man out to create controversy to start the conversation.
Right.
But it does seem kind of hateful. You know what I mean? You're not even playing no more. You kind of on the sideline, kind of, you in the media.
What's
right
that song?
Now.
Why do you wanna play hate?
So, you know what I mean? It's just like that could not be,
And then here's another thing. They said he played for the Chiefs under Bieniemy, that Super Bowl that they lost.
Yeah.
But he was fumbling a lot that year, and they deactivated him. He didn't even get a chance to play in the Super Bowl at all. And there's one, did he take that personal because of that year he had under Bieniemy?
Yeah, I mean,
and
exactly.
So you leave that to be said when you do stuff like that. You open the box up for that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you know
everybody's saying good things about him, you know what I mean? And then you have this opinion.
Right.
You're an outlier, you know what I mean? You can have this different opinion, but then we look like you didn't get to play in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Possibly because that man, you know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
That's something to hold on to.
Yep.
I mean, that's your biggest goal as a football player, as a professional player. Does that have something to do with your negative opinions about this man?
Now let's bring this down to a regular people level. Why do these people just always hate on each other? I think everybody is guilty of it at some point in their life, but I guess like when you're young, it happens. But when you get older, it's like, man, what's the point, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, why even if you know that the stuff that he said he knew Eric Bieniemy didn't do, why would you just put it out there like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even with your friends, talking about water cooler talk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said this on TV or, social media, but why do people do that? That's a very good question.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You do it with your child. Like, why he getting this? Why I didn't do this?
I think that runs through our community. Hate, man. You know what I'm saying? It seems like hate is like one of it seems like a main pillar in our community, man. It's like people hate on you just because you trying to do good. Oh, he going to school. Well, he think he's smart or something.
Yeah, and they hate on you for not. They hate on you for not going to school. You know what I mean? He in the streets. He a knucklehead. And I don't know if it's just tension. People just like talking about each other. You know what I mean? And sometimes I think it's just the thing to do, not like some deep-seated, devious thing that they want to do, but they just, you just kind of do it.
And then I seen on another podcast, I think it was Anton Daniels, he said something that was pretty cool. He said that a lot of people hate up. They don't hate down. They usually hate up.
Yeah.
Hate on another person's success or another person trying to do something for themselves. But when you down and out, nobody really you kind of under the radar, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But when you get out of the position that they think you should be in, now it's a problem.
Yeah.
You was good when you was under me.
Especially when you they deem that you make a lot of mistakes more than a normal person. Because when you in the hood, you gonna make mistakes. It's almost inevitable. But when you overcome your mistakes, people hate on you there. They try to hold the mistakes over your head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
like, why he doing this? I'm smarter than him. I shouldn't have got this job.
You know how he messed up back then? He did something crazy.
Yeah, and I didn't even do that. You know what I mean? He repeated the 12th grade 2 times. You know that? And now he own a business. He a little millionaire. I'm smarter than him. I should have
Cracker Jackson 8th grade.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
He wouldn't ate nothing if I didn't give him them Cracker
And then he took the prize. You know what I mean? That was my Cracker Jacks. I should have the prize. People just notice stuff in others. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you got to think, you got young people on young people hate. You got people that hate on celebrities because they work to get to their point and they on flexing on the gram. People don't like that. Then you also got older people who don't like younger people.
Yeah, because they had they got the younger people got all these opportunities. Well, or you're older, you know what I mean? You're in management, and then you got a 23-year-old got the same position as you. Well, how they get that? And I was like, you know what I mean? Instead of just like maybe welcoming them, you know what I mean? Or maybe getting your skills up.
Boy.
Like, it don't have to be negative. It's space for all of us.
Right.
But it's like that limited space mentality.
Right.
And like, well, if you get up, it's only a certain amount of room at the top.
That's true.
It is not. You know what I mean? It's not unlimited, but it's not going to like run out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know how many burger places it is?
Boy.
How many people sell the simplest hamburger?
Boy.
In one city?
Boy.
You know, it's enough room for McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Whataburger, Jack in the Box, you know what I mean? And they can be all in the same town. So I think people should, like normal people should adapt that thing too.
Right.
And another thing, with the enemy situation, things happen to you in life that are unfair.
They do. Yep. It's going to happen.
You know what I mean? We didn't get the
hood,
promotion.
You're going to get some unfairness.
Exactly. We didn't get the promotion. We didn't get into class. We didn't graduate the first time. You know what I mean?
Right.
What are you going to do?
Right.
Are you going to dwell on the thing you should have got, that promotion you should have got, that woman you should have got, that man that you should have got? Or you going to make a new plan and keep moving forward?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I got people hate on themselves. You know what I mean? It's woe is me. Man, if I would have got that job, or if I would have made the football team.
Boy.
In 9th grade, my life would be different. I would be in the NFL right now. Oh, man, you're like 46 years old, and you're talking about the mistake you made in 9th grade.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, make another plan. And I think that's kind of what the enemy is doing. You know what I mean? Like, hey, there's no head coaching jobs available to him.
Right.
He could stay where he at and complain, or he can, you know, get this new job and make a new plan on making his 5-year plan to be a head coach, maybe in Washington and things like that.
It's just like, man, if it was another team, but man, like, you know, Washington, Dan Snyder, I get what you're saying too, man, but God, man, I don't know, man. Dan Snyder just track record, man.
But you gotta,
if he was a quarter horse, I wouldn't bet on that horse, man. That's all I'm saying.
But you gotta take what's available. You can't
be in man.
You can't be in a situation. I wish this team would hire me.
Right.
You got the team that's willing to hire you, and the teams that are not.
Yeah.
That's not a wish category. You know what I mean? You can be in the same place for 3 years trying to make that wish category kind of come to life.
Like working at the state.
You know what I mean?
You've been at the state for 5 years. You started out at 32 and still making 32.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.
You know, you don't want to lose what you have, but you got to go after kind of what you want. You know what I mean? And that's what
But if you get a game, you're not losing. If you're making $150,000 or however much, man, I'm just like a ballpark figure, and then they giving you $500,000. I mean, you know, they giving you you know, in the millions now. Are you really losing? I mean,
exactly.
I mean, okay, you lived in Kansas City for a while. Now you got to move to another state, but dude, you're making millions now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, to me, that's like, you know, that's a home run for me, you know.
But, you know, we already talked about, like, you know, like when Walmart loses money or when these oil companies lose money, you know what I mean? Well, I'll be happy to have that, you know what I mean? They lost $5 million. Why they tripping on that? Right. All right, so it is a game, but it's not what he thinks he should get. And I know a lot of people will stay in the same situation if their growth ain't what
I understand the move.
Yeah, like some people like, well, I'm not moving my job. They make $32,000.
Yeah, get comfortable.
My you know, scenario, I make $32,000.
Yeah.
And they offer me a job that makes 38 to 40.
Right.
Well, I'm not moving if it's not 55.
Good luck.
So they stay there in the situation with 32.
Right.
Wishing or hoping for the 55.
Boy, keep hoping.
And then 5 years passed. Well, maybe I should have took the 38. Took the 40. Yeah. I should have took the 40, and then I could be there. You know what I mean? But you
least,
exactly. So you see it like, well, I can just take the game, but see people
and that's that
on the wish category.
Old young dynamic. Mm-hmm. The older person probably will tell you just stay there and stick it out.
you know, be loyal.
And they don't understand that times has changed. You don't get rewarded for
for
staying
being
in one
loyal
place
to
for a long time.
Yeah, you don't.
Only thing you get is a bonus every summer, but your salary don't increase.
Exactly.
Then if you get written up, you don't even get the bonus or something like behavior or something.
Yeah.
So you got to go a whole year without getting written up, or if you got that manager that's a prick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're gonna stop you from getting it just because they don't like you. That happens. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, next topic. I seen this come across the wire too. It said a teacher in Pennsylvania was allegedly showing kids adult content for a sex ed class.
Yeah, I think I don't think you should play with kids. I think you should get everything you do with sexual or anything that deemed inappropriate.
Yeah,
you should get like
the school
multiple.
The school endorsed it.
Yeah,
that's
well,
weird.
I mean, he was in his rights. If the school endorsed it, he was in his rights. And but I don't think anything is wrong with the education. I think information is key.
What age you think is appropriate to even? What age you think to teach? Because growing up in the hood, how many kids really had to talk with their parents anyway about sex? Though? Maybe you joke about it, man, you got a girlfriend, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
but have the real down-hole talk about sex, like the responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
But hopefully all of them. I mean,
I don't think it does happen like that, bro.
For 80%, I mean, they see their mama, like you see your mom, like a lot of people see their mom pregnant a lot. You know what I mean?
But they talk to them about it.
Yeah. Well, like that's my thing.
Stay out of grown folks' business. Right?
That's my thing. Why I think sometimes the school should step in. Like I don't, if
I don't trust school. I'm just saying I don't trust.
Well, I don't trust anybody.
That the school gonna teach my kid
doing anything sexual around my child or around the child. Period. But you know what I mean. This is an education. I'm pro education on any guns, sex.
Right.
You know what I mean. Hygiene.
Right.
You know what I mean. Information is not the enemy.
It's not the enemy, but I'm saying some connecting dots that don't need to be connected yet.
So now, if we give these kids this knowledge, now they're curious, and now they want to do things.
They're already curious before.
Exactly.
And you just connected the dots.
If the curiosity is natural, you know what I mean? I think the knowledge should be natural too. You should introduce them to the knowledge of what to do. Because kids are talking, and like it's one kid, like kids are being abused at all kind of ages.
Yes, that's true.
And then they go to school in a community of, kids like their age.
Right.
They could be, forcing that on the other kids. And then the other kids don't even know what to call what's happening to them or what they're feeling. But now they have these classes or this education or this knowledge. Now that, hey, Jimmy's doing that in recess, or Sarah's doing that in the bathroom. So I'm all for education in all forms with
I would
kids.
say as a parent, you cannot assume that the kids is going to properly teach your kids about that, though. Just generic. It's like probably a generic version. I mean, we said 5th grade when we probably started doing that, getting sex ed. It was generic, though. They don't teach you the complications of. They say you could get pregnant, but they don't teach you the value. Okay, you want to be a single parent at 16? You want to see how tough the world is? Go ahead and add that weight to your plate. See, can you carry that weight?
I'm pretty sure. Like I've seen, where I grew up, I've seen sexual acts. You know what I mean? In the street.
Oh, definitely. Who haven't?
Yeah, that's terrible.
On the worst street. What street you think is on? On the worst street. What street you think is on? 3 letters, MLK.
That's terrible too.
Terrible.
But I remember, like in 5th grade, I had seen sex before then, but I remember 5th grade, they showed us a video about teen pregnancy, proper use of condoms, the consequences of unprotected sex. We saw pictures of different STDs and the outcomes of that. But
yeah, see, that's the thing I think with
as soon as your kids
don't understand, right? They you have a kid, it's not about the kid, it's about how you got there, right? It's about to getting to the destination. And they don't realize it ain't that you got the kid, it's like you out there unprotected.
Yeah.
That's what they don't realize. They like, why you tripping about the kid? No, it's not about the kid. It's about you out there unprotected, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the kid that's the awesome part. But guess what? What if you would have got something that you couldn't get rid of? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
and that's the part, that you playing
roulette.
You playing Russian roulette.
Okay.
Right, go ahead.
Well, you playing Russian roulette with information or education. I don't think that's
No, you playing Russian, like you don't get a do-over. Like people think, when you start doing it, just because you start doing it don't make hold on.
I mean, you're talking about doing it. You were talking about sex.
When you take on that, understanding the responsibility that comes,
giving
the possibilities,
their knowledge.
No, the child don't understand the possibilities.
Okay.
They look at it as you playing Simon Says, but after you play Simon Says, you fold up the board, put it in the box, and you put it away.
Yeah.
Guess what? You start having sex. Not only do it change you anatomically, you don't even think the same. It's like giving a kid an Oreo cookie. You give a kid an Oreo cookie, they don't look at things the same no more.
Yeah.
They thinking about how can they get you to give them another Oreo cookie.
Yeah. I mean,
they don't want to eat vegetables.
Some adults are still on that too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, because it probably could have started when you was young. That's the opening up that box. Okay. You may not be able to come back from that.
I think the age, like when you notice, if your child notices their private part.
Oh, definitely.
I think you should. The education. I think
it's more on the parents though than the school.
Everything is more on the parents.
Yes.
Every source of education begins with the parents.
That's true. Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? The school is supposed to reinforce, and you know what I mean. Maybe give you.
I guess to me, the school seems like it should be more academic. I don't know.
That's a part.
Sex is not academic though. I don't know.
It's a part of life. You know what I mean?
It is a part of life, but it's not academic.
Need to know. It's education.
It's not STEM. Science, it's not sex, technology, education.
So, I don't believe that. I just believe all education should be more encompassing curriculum, like involves everything, a little bit of everything, because school teaches you a lot of social things, you know what I mean? How to get along with people in society, in a group, in a community.
What school teach you that?
In any school with more than 5 students in a classroom, yes, it taught me colors, people,
colors.
It taught me to read facial expressions of people.
Oh yeah, from that side, yes. See, some people don't catch on. I think a lot of people went to McLennan that probably never really thought about that. Like, teach you how to read a room, you know what I'm saying? Teach you how
it's about to go down.
Deal with people that may not be nice every day, you know what I'm saying? They don't,
it's about to go down, and that when not to talk and when to talk.
Right.
Maybe I should start washing my face or brushing my teeth because my breath stank and people gonna talk about me.
Right.
During that. When you notice your sexual reproductive organs as a child, you should be telling your child what that part of them is.
Right.
And then when they have questions, don't ignore their questions or baby their questions.
Yep.
Well, why is mine got hair on it and yours doesn't, Daddy?
Right.
What is this for?
Right.
So if you lie to them then, they might remember that lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's your little special fairy place. You know what I mean? So no, you can't do that.
So
the kids have the questions.
We're going to this next topic. We're talking about learning stuff from high school, like going to school and stuff like that. Applying intelligence in the wrong place. Is there such a thing?
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
You tell me why you think applying information.
Selling a dream to a girl, is that applying intelligence in the wrong place?
No.
You can say that with a straight face.
No.
I can't say that with a straight face.
Look, listen, things start off one way, you know what I mean?
What is selling the dream?
No,
what is selling the dream?
Maybe presenting something as something it's not.
Right.
Well,
like a cross salesman, right?
No, yeah, we're presenting this pen as a magic wand.
Right.
This pen can change your life.
Right.
If you tap it, it'll make all your problems go away. Right. I sold you the dream that this pen is something that it wasn't. Right. So, in selling maybe a woman a dream in courtship, you would make yourself bigger or more.
You'd make her think that you're courting her, but you're really not.
Or you are bigger, or you're have more than you have right now.
No. What I'm saying is you make her think that you want to marry her. You're courting her.
Okay,
but
not. Like no,
you selling it though. Like you're doing all the right things. You selling it, and then.
But maybe you would like when she sees the product and she might really want it, and you might change your mind to want that what she wants. So
do we need to write this on the board? We got the board, so you can like a flow chart that out. What you say?
Listen, man, you might.
Do that. I want to write this on the board so you can see. Oh, I got this mic on. God dog it.
Something can start off as something as a dream.
So when you see a girl and you meet a girl, so when boy meets girl, what's the first thing? Is he being honest or he selling a dream? It depends, right?
Yeah, he wants to make himself seem good as possible, right? The best.
But that's the intent. What's the intent, though, right?
I mean, whatever the intent, whatever he wants from said girl.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. It's applying intelligence in the wrong place. I want X, Y, Z from said girl, and my intelligence tells me if I do this, X, Y, Z, I probably can get X, Y, Z out of said girl.
Yeah, but he gives her what she wants to get what he wants. I think that's a really good exchange.
But why do people get their tires busted out?
I mean, everything is not going to be successful.
Right.
And when things aren't successful, that's their response to unmet expectation.
Right.
They expected something.
Because it's responsible for the other person to know that this person's selling you a dream as well. It's a two-sided responsibility.
Well, people change their minds all the time.
But I'm talking about the intent. You knew, most dudes know. I mean, we can sit here and play games, but most dudes, most dudes, when you meet a girl, if you're going to sell this girl a dream, like, I'm not going to be with this girl in like 10 years. For what?
No, I mean, I started off with women like that.
All of them?
I was, people.
They say the average dude in his life, he meet 10 girls. How many of them you think he really is serious about?
I'm going to go with none at first, right? I think those things grow. Like, you know what I mean? I met a girl, I just met her at the club, right? I thought she was just a club girl, and we really that's what dating is for. Courtship is for. We met in the club. I thought she was like nothing but just another club girl.
Courtship, two different things.
I thought she was another club girl. But in the course of dating, I found out a lot of really good things about her, and then now I want to maybe be more committed to her.
That's what I'm saying about applying intelligence in the wrong place. When you apply intelligence in the wrong place, you're not even thinking about it. You're just like, you know what? I see a girl in the club. I got the peel of orange. How do I peel the orange? You're not thinking about nothing.
Okay, but let's go back to the flow chart. Now we're here. That's initially meeting the girl at the club, right?
Right.
All right. Then now we're step 2. Like, where do you go? Step 2.
Yeah, right.
If you hear, like, where do you go? And then you make another choice. Like, so your intentions.
1, 2. They say 1. Let's say meet.
Level 1.
See, you see and meet.
See and meet, right? Your intentions are this, or
they see that. You see and meet. Yeah. Okay.
Your intentions are one thing, right?
And then what's your intention? Your thoughts, right? Thoughts. Intention.
And then you make it there. Like, let's say you see me, you're there, and then we move up to the next level. Now you have all these things. You've had you've been intimate, you know what I mean? Y'all been talking. Now, where do you go from there?
Right.
Like your expectations or your what you want to do changes because you've got all these things. Now, maybe they change. You don't want to see her no more. You know what I mean? Those are your intentions now.
Right.
But your intentions when you see them and meet them are different.
Thoughts and intentions, like, I know what to do. I know. I got it.
I think when you meet them,
you split off, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a program.
Okay, like when you get afterthoughts
into the dream. Are you gonna sell the dream, or is this person a serious candidate? How about that?
Exactly. So you make you got to make that decision every time, every step of the way. So if it's serious, it's 4 more. Like you got to each one is a fork. Each one.
Yes.
Each one is a fork. Like so, even if she's a serious candidate,
right.
You get some more information. Now you go back to sell a dream or leave.
Just to be able to think about this. I don't even know a lot of people be thinking like that, but just to be able to apply, that's pretty, to me, when I go back and think about it, when I was younger, like, dude, I used to, that's what I think about that with a job, right? It's like going to college. Like, I'm thinking about going to college. Those are my thoughts and intentions.
Okay.
Does this pay money? Does it not pay money? You know what I'm saying?
Does these skills I'm acquiring? And
that's what I mean by applying in the wrong place. Like, you'll spend so much time doing this
it, and it's younger. Wasted time. Yeah, this is all. That's all I'm saying. Wasted time. Like, you know what I mean? You go through these. I mean, maybe this one is not accurate, but you go through this.
Why is it not accurate?
I mean, to you, like it's not personally accurate to you, like to your story or to my story or to their story. But you go through this so many times. I mean, maybe it's years, maybe it's months, and. You could have been like maybe in school.
That's how most dudes like when you meet a person, like you see a person, meet them, and you thoughts of intention, and then it's like the next move when you talk to them. Let's say you talk to them on the phone, or you talk to them, are you gonna sell this person? Is that pretty close?
Yeah. So when
I know you can make in between, you can make it more detailed.
Your thoughts and intentions change about the person on each step, right? You got thoughts and intentions when you see them and meet them. Whatever the dating phase,
you just stay on that path, right?
It changes. Like I'm selling her dream, but in the midst of selling her dream, I see really good qualities.
No, but you still selling her dream. So that don't mean not selling her dream.
My thoughts and intentions change. You know what I mean? If she showed me some BS when I as a serious candidate, my thoughts and intentions are going to change accordingly. But you still need to apply this same.
That's for guys,
process.
Right? Think about this. This is crazy, but when you thinking about your wife, right? It's like you're the head coach. You're like the NFL draft, right? You have to really think about do your homework, your draft grades, and all that stuff. You got to do that. Everybody's not good. Gonna be good for your team. You have to understand that. Just because the player looks good, they may not fit your scheme, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Randy Moss is awesome, but he don't fit in every team scheme. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If y'all like to run, y'all a run heavy team. Y'all don't have a quarterback. Y'all got a good O-line.
Right.
Y'all got a good fullback.
Right.
You should have went for a running back, but you still going for receivers. You know what I mean? And like they don't play.
Yeah.
You got to know what you like and what you like to do. And then like when you are trying to find a husband or a wife or something like that, you got to realize injuries happen. Like, you know what I mean? So, and injuries change people. Like, you know what I mean? That injuries could be trauma. Death of a loved one.
It's not. I think it's more.
And that's just
it's more of the traits of that person, though. Like, does the traits of that person fit with your team? Like, do they reason?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do they understand certain things? You know what I'm saying? As far as you're a man, I'm a woman. Do they understand the dynamic? Like when you have kids, the roles of a dad and the roles of a mother, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just stuff like that. Like some girls have kids and it's like they still don't realize they're a mother yet.
But I mean,
you have to be able to. Can you understand like without judging them? It's like if you meet a girl and she just blowing through a pack of cigarettes. You know when you're talking to her, I'm not judging her, but am I going to draft her? Probably not.
I mean because that's something you don't like.
Yeah, but I'm saying, when you start thinking about production and if you want to have kids, can she stop smoking a pack of cigarettes?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying a general situation. I'm just saying just something general like that. And just even like say we're applying intelligence in the wrong place. When sometimes kids, they used to be goofy, playing around. Most times when you start having sex, your whole demeanor changes. So now your brain resources it go towards that
So, like,
more
no
so
more
than education.
Like, I don't want no toys.
You ain't even thinking about algebra. You thinking about Tanya, man, or whoever. You know what I'm saying?
But those proper education teaches you how to manage those emotions, those over sexualized hormones.
You gotta have those conversations, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This
But
is normal, and this is not nothing to be ashamed of.
No,
you know,
no,
don't
no.
be a creep, don't be a stalker. You know what I mean? And you tell your girls, don't let everybody who shows you attention,
Definitely.
they don't love you or like you.
You gotta have a filter, man. You got to be able to discern or be able to.
So if you don't give your daughter this education, and then like the cute boys really start, buying her lunch or really start giving her attention,
right,
that could really change her
right
school.
And if you apply your intelligence in the right place, you would be surprised how successful will come to you real fast because you applying it in the right place.
Yeah, and we
even when you apply it to this, you may get success. You may start talking to a lot of girls. You may do,
but
then
is that the success you want?
Yeah,
right? You know what I mean? Like
10 kids by
is the exactly. So like is having a lot of women your goal or that success, or having one good woman or having one good man? Is that your idea of success?
Now,
and like you talking about using your intelligence, right? Like applying the stuff you learned in the streets, you know what I mean, to your career,
it gives you a different perspective,
or your education, you know what I mean, like teamwork and group projects and things like that. You can use
or just knowing how to work with people that people don't like to work with. You just know how to work with them because I know how to get this information.
Yeah,
right?
the best results.
Kind of like the orange, right? I don't like orange juice. I don't like the pulp. I mean, I like the juice, but I don't like the pulp. Yeah. So I just squeeze the orange to get the juice out, but leave the pulp in the orange.
And then filter that out.
Yeah, filter that out.
And then you start using it to get what you need out of people or to get the best out of them.
Right. So and it's like when you I was doing that. I'm just my own self. I was doing that so much that when I actually tried to settle down, it was insane. It was harder, man. It was because I'm used to doing that, and but when I finally got married, though, man, I had to unlearn so much stuff, man. It's unreal. And apply my intelligence. It's better to just apply intelligence on one person, man.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know who that one person is. So, like, it's like
That's
a
why
job.
You gotta apply intelligence to learn.
Well, it's like a job. You just apply to one job.
What's that?
You were looking for a long-term career in a certain field, but do you apply just to one company?
Oh, while I'm working there, sure.
Like you're trying to get a job. You're trying to get a job. You're trying to get a wife. You're trying to hire somebody for a position. Like, are you gonna just look at one candidate just in the beginning?
No,
or you gonna take
the candidate level?
Are you gonna take multiple applications, or you just gonna take one application?
It depends what field. I mean, what you're looking at. Like most teams when they draft, they got one player in mind. That's what they're gonna draft. Unless something happen, they get took in the draft.
Okay, we're gonna do research on a player.
Yes,
but all of our stock is in that one player. That in the draft day, they could be drafted by another team. Now, what are you gonna do? Wait till next year?
What's it?
If your player
it's better
that you're scouting gets drafted by another team, you're gonna wait. You're not gonna draft anybody else.
Watch this. Go ahead.
You're not gonna draft anybody else. You don't have any backup plans to fill your positions.
If I did all my research on that one player and I know that player, the tendencies and everything, is better than drafting somebody that's unknown and I don't know what I'm getting. I'd rather wait another year.
Okay.
I'd rather wait another year.
Yes, but I would rather scout multiple players on my draft board. Right. We have a draft board.
Yeah.
We're looking for a running back. This is an ideal running back from us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are going to get the information. We're going to scout them. And then this running back, we're going to scout them too. We're not going to scout them as heavily, but we're going to still collect information on them.
Are we talking about building a franchise, though? I'd rather do one. Franchise player. Now, you talking about practice players.
Okay. Tom Brady was undrafted, right?
Right.
But he was a good quarterback.
Right.
The best quarterback.
Based on the system, though. Not pure talent.
It's your system, though.
Right.
Do you?
And that's what I'm telling you. My system, I'll just wait.
I got a good system. If I get the type of players I want, I can make any of them a Tom Brady.
If they want to be, that's the tough part.
Exactly.
Talent, man. Scout talent is not easy, man. It's hard, man. But yeah, applying intelligence, man, in the wrong place. I mean, when you're in the hood, most time kids, they're really smart, but it's just you don't have the right places to apply your intelligence in.
Yeah.
Like, if you got the intelligence to rob a bank and actually plan, you need to be a project manager. I mean,
yes.
Without question,
it's places for
you need to be a project manager, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you sit here planning shootings and stuff and, planning out, scouting. You need to be a sniper in the army.
Yeah, and if you can have the emotional intelligence to put these things, separate these things, killing or possibly killing somebody, and this just business and this is pleasure, separating your emotions like that, that's a skill as well.
If you can do this, when you meet a girl, if you actually think like this, you should be able to kill the interviews.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until I got older. Wait a minute, because you're talking to a perfect stranger in the interview. They don't know you, you don't know them. So guess what? You can either sell the dream.
Yeah, you need to be able to, your icebreakers, you know what I mean? If you can meet new men and women, or like some women can convince a man within 30 minutes to be paying the rent, light bills, phone bills. Boy. You need to maybe apply that to sales or,
marketing.
Yeah, and you should be killing interviews. Just write your resume up. You know what I mean? Really good.
So, our next topic is, why are we underrepresented in the higher paying career fields? You ever noticed that? I noticed it. I know, like, even when I'm at school, right? When I be going to classes, like the engineering and stuff, you see more of Nigerians, Indians, Hindu Indians, like Nigerian Hindu Indians, more, and maybe Arabian, more than you do like people from Little Rock, you know what I'm saying? Like from Southwest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean,
when you look at most companies,
we don't really have anybody in those fields to kind of mentor us to into them or really come speak to us about that.
Right.
Like we don't know about these careers as kids, and kids the ones who become adults going to college and doing that, getting their training.
Now,
exactly.
The stupid trend, don't go to school, like don't go to college because of that. I think that's a lot. That could be causing a lot of it too. But then you look at these companies, man, they be having like these ads and stuff on like social media and stuff. Come work for us. We're a great company. And all you see is oranges. Yeah. No apples, no bananas.
And you got to realize it's so many things that go into why definitely. We aren't there. Like a lot of oranges are there, and they oranges helping oranges. We got that. And the orange, like a lot of people in society, we do what we see. And we do what we see people like us doing.
Yeah, see, people think that, though. They don't think your environment has anything to do with your... That's insane. That don't even make sense, right?
You can't even hope for something you've never kind of seen. Right. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, it's some people that live in Southwest probably have never been to the Heights, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, not even where the houses, I'm talking about just the strip where the store is at.
Yeah.
They've been in Southwest, probably never even went past the mall, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you don't even have a spot for everything was in Southwest, so, you know what I'm saying, that university area. You know
and the jobs, you know what I mean? You see nurses, lawyers, doctors, and these are your dream careers. And so many careers
it is
in between those.
And then where most of us at? Most of us be working at Walmart, working at retail stores, working at, like Home Depot and stuff like that. But then as you start
and we see teachers and things like that, but they don't make a lot of money.
And they just, I think they was talking about trying to raise their pay up to $50K. Teachers, like the base, $50K. But guess what we talked about last time? Just because they raised it to $50K, that means that it's probably going to just be enough. Yeah. Because you got to think, like I say, what do you think? Like the best restaurant to go to right now, if you want to take your family out, like, and it's affordable, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't insane. Like, you're on a budget that week.
I don't take some bro.
Guess where we went? Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I took wife and 2 kids out, and it was like 40, something like that, $50. You know what I'm saying? That's really good. Yeah, because Olive Garden may be 80.
I can eat breakfast. I can eat a $40 breakfast, sit down.
What's that?
Like, I mean, like if I
Just
go,
you?
no, 2 people.
Oh.
2 people. It's like $40 for like.
Now,
breakfast.
granted, my kids, they like vegans that don't know they vegan. They want to eat macaroni and cheese
They
and
get
stuff like that and
macaroni.
fries.
That's
But
sorry.
like, I know when they get older, they're gonna eat more. Now you're talking about 4 full meals now. That's gonna go up.
Bro, like,
so I'm
and
enjoying
that.
that.
And
Why?
guess what? They're
Why
your
laugh.
kids, so
Exactly.
that's gonna come back on you like.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, you need to make this money, bro.
But yeah, 50K, and they trying to get up 50K. But I think that's good too because a lot of people don't pick teachers when they go to school because they say they don't make no money.
And then the people who do pick teachers, there's a passion. There's something they want to do. That's
Right.
like their dream to do.
Right.
And to help people. I don't think the world or the man wants teachers to be paid. I don't think they want education better. When you have a more educated society, you know what I mean? I guess you don't have as many sheep. You have free thinkers, and maybe that's a problem too.
What's that free thing?
We need workers, you know what I mean? Not managers, not business owners. We need workers.
That's true.
We need the school system to produce workers, not geniuses. You know what I mean? Not people inventing stuff. We need workers.
But do the school do that or the person do that because of their choices? Make themselves a worker.
No, I think the way they teach, the way learning is presented, and the cookie cutter teaching and the overfilled classrooms and the mentality is like they teach you to make grades to go to the next grade. Not to really learn, just to memorize this information and to go to the next grade. And if you do good and you be on time, just like we want you to do in the workforce, we want you to be on time and be able to put a square peg in a square hole.
I guess what I'm saying is that working mentality, though, is that like an individual choice?
They're training children.
Because
that's what they're doing. That's what they do.
Or
your parent or somebody outside your school system or your teacher taught you to be that or showed you that because they're training you to be a worker.
I think that I see what you're saying, though. That makes sense. I guess it's just I know
standardized tests and stuff like that.
I never was like caught up in the work. I understand that I gotta work to make money, but I always been like doing my thing on the side, like doing entrepreneurial stuff. But I never really was that. And then I worked a lot of jobs too, but like I told you, I couldn't imagine myself like being in a job. Like I can't imagine myself working in a retail store.
But that's because your mind thinks outside of the box like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why you didn't go to school immediately after high school because you were thinking.
I couldn't afford it.
that too, because you are also thinking about ways to do it that's not traditional, like how to make this, how to do this, that.
For sure.
And that's not encouraged. Like go to school, go to college, go to this and go to that, become a worker.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to become a skilled worker. That's the plan. Now, some people in college, they get off their mentality. They took a couple courses, they find their passion, and they get off that, and then become, you know what I mean. But they need trained workers.
Right.
That's what they
Yeah, that's what one of my managers told me one time. He said, "Man, everybody don't think like you, man." He just pretty much said, "You outside the box kind of dude, man." And he said, "Everybody thought like you, man. Probably McDonald's and nobody wouldn't be open, man."
And that's a problem. That's a big fear. Like that's like a conspiracy theory. Like you know what I mean? That's a big fear. Like, oh my God, what if our education was really, really good and top of the line? What if we put the millions? What if we put the millions and the billions we're spending on tanks in education, and we like really had a really good education system? What would that produce?
But education is more of the application though. That ain't based on the individual though. They can still educate you, but you still got to be able to apply it.
Kids are so moldable, and what you
I think that's starting to change, though. I think that's starting to change.
It's
probably
they've been more. No, they're being more moldable. Like even the curriculum, like by accident, like kids aren't getting smarter, but the stuff that I learned in kindergarten, is way behind the stuff that my son is learning in kindergarten.
Right, because
but the people
technology and everything.
But people seem stupider now, but the curriculum is actually better.
In what way do they seem? Is that based on the education wise, or is there more application, like, you know?
I mean, like it's kind of like both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're telling kids they can be anything. You know what I mean? But we still give them
that's
them
another deal.
they
We gotta
still
start doing that too.
do we like we still give them a cookie cutter education, but we telling them
like I tell my kids they to be a lawyer, man. I tell my son to be a doctor or a lawyer. You gotta play sports, man. You gotta do that if you don't want to, bro.
But this, you just said your kid can be anything. You just said your child could be a doctor or a lawyer.
But some stuff, but if he tell me, though, he want to be like certain things, like in politics or president, it's like, I ain't saying you can't do it, but you got to understand the path.
But when you say anything, you're saying anything, like doctor, lawyer,
but I think I'm going to tell my kids, it's not
basketball
about
star. But like, hey, like you may not make it to the NBA.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But
you know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell you, if you work hard, you're gonna go to the NBA. I won't, like, you know what I mean? I agree with you there. Or you're gonna be the best singer. Even if you're the best singer, you're not gonna be
successful. Right.
Guaranteed that you're a successful singer.
Right. But yeah, man, I think that's, you know, even like say in IT, man, like I've worked places, you know what I'm saying, where it's not that many of minority people there. You know, I was the only minority there, you know what I'm saying, at one time, you know what I'm saying? It ain't a lot of us in IT, I can tell you that right now. And definitely underrepresented, man. So think about you like with other fields like trucking. I think we starting to get in that now more. I'm starting to see more and more minorities do trucking and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then like
okay.
But yeah, it's just, I mean, and that's the thing, like, being a truck driver is a business, you know, owner. Like, people think, you know what I mean, hey, you have to have a master's before you start making money. Well, a CDL is like skilled labor, like skilled anything.
Yes.
It's going to get you paid.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, we figure this sign out. We just want to talk about a couple of topics today. We just want to come by and drop this episode on you. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Anything you want to say?
No. Keep watching.
Keep watching. We out. Peace.